As the Black Death continues to ravage Europe, our interest in medicine is increasing. In the Inca Empire, medical techniques are often different from those in Europe. We sent reporter Jose de Zaragoza to the town of Chicama, and this is what he found.
Robert, as in many other parts of the world, including Europe, medicine here is bound up with magic. The doctor, or Hampi Kamayok in this town, is a man named Atahupa. He prescribes a huge variety of medicines made from roots and bushes, including drugs unknown in Europe, like cocaine, quinine, belladonna, and tobacco, which he says will clear nasal passages. He also uses magic visions. Atahupa needs those visions now, because his own nephew has been injured in a battle. Doctor, what method of treatment will you be using?
The boy has a piece of rock from a club in his head. I must peel back the skin and remove it.
Atahupa knows magic and drugs. He also knows the penalty for failure. If the boy dies while in his care, the boy's parents will tie Atahupa to the boy's body, and then both will be left on the beach until Atahupa dies. His last sight and smell will be of his failure.
That report was received this morning. Jose de Zaragoza has since reported that the young boy died, and his parents carried out their threat.
England and Flanders dispute as cloth prices fall.
Feel it, wear it, live it, with fashions as fresh as the century itself. Lincoln Imports, a calm refuge in violent times. A wonderland of style, placed in the serene safety of England's forest country. Try for yourself the daring gates of hell in the Lincoln look. Crisp, confident, continental, and just a little bit naughty. Lincoln Imports. In these troubled times, it helps to look your best.
For centuries, Flanders was the center of the wool weaving industry. Now England and Flanders are in fierce competition, and the latest result is riots in London between the two guilds. Tonight's Viewpoints looks at the conflict.
Your Flemish workers have moved here to weave, underselling us in our own markets.
Only because your king imposed a heavy export tax on English wool we bought there. Taxes to pay for his war with France. And meanwhile, soldiers on both sides pillage our towns. We had to leave or starve.
And now our English weavers can't sell enough, and they're starving.
We charge a fair price. Perhaps your guild should lower its set price.
Your Flemings work cheaper, and they produce inexpensive goods.
And your export tax is protectionism for inefficient, outmoded weaving techniques. You should have modernized like us.
We don't need a dirty Fleming telling us our problems. Why don't a lot of you move back to where you came from?
Thank you, gentlemen. An African king's incredible journey is over. When Kankan Musa, king of the Mali kingdom, was converted to the Muslim religion by Arab traders, he promised Allah to make a pilgrimage to the holy city of Mecca, a 3,000-mile trip across the burning Sahara Desert. For the report, here's Seboleto of Zimbabwe in Mecca.
Mansa Musa did not come here alone. As befits the great king of the most cultured and powerful nation in Africa, Musa brought along a retinue of 72,000 people, including 500 personal slaves and dozens of wives. He also brought along a gift for the Muslim god Allah, some fair gold, about 4,000 pounds of it to be exact. Financiers here are worried that the Mansa's gold will depress the market for years. But Musa says he plans to get something in return.
I will take back to Mali many great Arab teachers. I intend to build a great school in Timbuktu so that my people may have the benefit of the knowledge of both the Mali and the Arab. It's a great challenge and a great opportunity to create a center of knowledge in the heart of Africa.
The Mansa's Arab scholars may find Timbuktu a little different. For example, women in Arab countries must wear a veil in public and are taught to be humble before men. But in the magnificent capital of Timbuktu, Mali women never wear veils and are far more independent than women elsewhere. The change should be interesting. This is Phoebe Leto of Zimbabwe for EBC News, Mecca.
After 75 years of work, builders have completed the infamous Leaning Tower in Pisa, Italy. The white marble bell tower, which forms the third structure in the cathedral complex, began tilting after workers had finished 3 of the 8 stories. Engineer Bonanno Pisano discovered his foundation was too shallow for the tower's weight. For years, work stopped and started as new ways were tried to fix the problem, but the tower still tilted. The 185-foot tower was finished this week, leaning off-center by 13 feet. And that's the way it was, September 19th, 1356. I'm Robert of Fairfield. Thank you for joining us, and good night.